Okay. Okay, now let's begin with our 2-minute opening statements. We'll begin here with Stefan.
Good evening. I'd like to thank the League of Women Voters for sponsoring this event. My name is Stefan Armington, and I'm running for the 3rd Ward. I would like to use my 2 minutes to share what I've done as councilman over the last 8 years. I've represented the residents of the 3rd Ward for those 8 years. I've responded to every person over the last 8 years that has asked me for assistance, listening to their concerns, and working with the administration to find solutions to their problems. In Cutler Park, I have applied for and won a $120,000 grant to implement traffic calming measures in the neighborhood. 2 years ago, I partnered with the Environmental Commission and the LA Street neighbors to build a community garden at the LA Street playground. It's been a huge success. I have focused on pedestrian safety and reducing cut-through traffic, getting traffic studies done on Grant Street, Clinton Street, Mill Street, Colonial Road, and Lake Road. I've gotten the town to install speed measuring signs on many of the streets and implemented traffic calming measures where appropriate on other streets. Where none of that is possible, I've gotten the police department to spend more time enforcing traffic laws. I've worked for 5 years with neighbors around the high school to address the impacts of student parking. I created the town's bicycle plan, the Complete Streets policy, and the bicycle and pedestrian elements of the master plan. I am responsible for the town's bicycle sharrows on the streets and bike racks on the sidewalks, and I'm working on a bike share program. My wife and I have adopted the cleanup of the Patriots Path. We manage the garden at Cutler Park neighborhood sign, the gardens at Speedway Avenue gas station, the Rose Garden and Circular Garden at the Early Street Senior Center, and the flowering bushes at the Speedway Avenue Speedway Playground. I even call in every dead deer that gets hit on Speedway Avenue before it rots on the sidewalk. I applied for and won a $670,000 grant at the Morris Park with the Morris Park Commission to extend the Patriots Path from Quarry Road to MLK Avenue. I have participated in almost every Morristown cleanup, and every 6 months I survey the ward's street lamps and report to J.C. Pinnell. This is just a small part of what I do for the council.
Thank you. Please no applause.
Like Stefan, again, thank you, League of Women Voters, for sponsoring this evening's event. I must say, it's a lot easier the second time around. Okay, so, but I also want to thank everybody. The last 4 years have actually been very, very enjoyable. People think we're crazy because of the amount of time that the council representation requires. I think you heard a lot from Stefan. You hear the day-to-day routine that we go through, answering the citizens' complaints, working with the administration on the development of legislation that actually guides this town. But I will say that I think the biggest pleasure I get from representation has been my engagement with the community. I am so proud of the First Ward, and my proudest point with the First Ward is I think we together have formulated a common voice of all the constituents of the First Ward. My proudest moments are when we have meetings like we had with reference to fighting the storage facility on Morris Avenue, the calming project on Washington Avenue, trying to get some semblance of cooperation between the bars and the residents downtown, with the development of the M3 station. What pleasures me more than anything is the public opinion that has been sought out, and not only has been sought out, but came out supporting me, supporting our voice on the council. So when I say that, I enjoy being on council, I enjoy representing the First Ward. It's an honor, and I hope to continue to serve the First Ward as an independent, strong, fair voice for the First Ward. Thank you.
Thank you. Alison?
Thank you all for coming out tonight. I know we're competing with a 7-game World Series, so we didn't expect that, but I hear it's going to be starting at 8 o'clock, so we'll have to finish in an hour. I am incredibly honored to represent the 4th Ward, the hottest ward in Morristown. So I really don't have any prepared opening statements tonight, but I can tell you that I'm incredibly honored and humbled each time that I've been elected to serve. And really, I went to school many years ago. I studied public administration, and so for me to be sitting up here and to be commenting on and drafting legislation and to be participating in environmental commission policy statements, to be working with one of my council colleagues here, Stefan Armington, on a grant with Millennium Strategies, our town's grant writer, to apply for open space for Foots Pond Wood. It's like I'm a kid in a candy store. I tell everybody that that's how I feel when I come up here to work. I'm human, I make mistakes, I kind of get sometimes overwhelmed by the world we live in sometimes, but I definitely enjoy what I do, otherwise I wouldn't be here. And as I said, I'm incredibly honored and humbled to be sitting up here. And as far as just one thing I can say to all the other people sitting up here that haven't run for office, I know how hard this is, and I know that you put yourself out there, and I just want to commend you for stepping up and taking a chance and putting yourself out there, because it's not easy to run for office, and I just applaud you all for doing so.
Thank you. Lorena.
Hi. I'd just like to thank the League of Women Voters for this opportunity tonight. So my name is Lorena Inestroza. I'm running as an independent candidate for the 3rd Ward Council seat. I have been in, my family's been in Morristown since the late 1800s. My family roots are deep. My great-great-grandfather was the first constable in Morristown. And both sets of my grandparents both resided in the 3rd Ward, one on Cutler Street and one in Morristown. A little bit about myself: I'm a business development rep for a treatment facility. I am a mother and a grandmother. I have decided to run because I feel that the party politics has no place, as an independent, because party politics has no place in our town government. What else? I'm just like a little overwhelmed right now, so bear with me. I am a member of the Morris County Opiate Task Force. I'm on the Community Coalition for a Safe and Healthy Morris. I'm the founder and organizer of Overdose Awareness Day that's on the green every year for the last 4 years. And I am the treasurer of the Morris County Housing Authority Resident Council.
Thank you. Tawanna?
Good evening, and thank you. I want to thank the...
Can you speak up, please?
Yes, I want to thank the League of Women Voters for this opportunity to be here for this evening.
We can start our time over again.
My name is Tawanna Cotten, and I would first like to thank the League of Women Voters for allowing me the opportunity to be here tonight. I work in the Morris School District as an assistant behavioral specialist, which I find extremely rewarding. I have lived in Morristown for over 40 years. I received an associate's from the County College of Arts and Liberal Arts. I have 2 beautiful children, a son who actually went through the Morris School District from K through 12th grade, and I have a 5-year-old daughter who started her preschool at Lafayette Learning Center, and she's currently at Hillcrest, and she's now a Daisy for the Girl Scouts. I am the president of the Resident Advisory Board of the Morristown Housing Authority. This is a board that's formed to serve as a liaison between the Housing Authority and residents, provide a wide range of programs and training to strengthen community bonds, empower residents, and help them achieve long-term economic self-sufficiency. I am a member of the Morristown United for Healthy Living Coalition, an organization whose mission is to build a culture of health in Morristown's Census Tract 435 by fostering teamwork, sharing resources, engaging the community, assessing neighborhood-specific needs, and collaborating, creating, and implementing action plans to address these needs. I am running for office in the for Town Council in the 2nd Ward. So I'm running for office because I value each voice and vision of the residents who want their concerns addressed for the betterment of our community.
Thank you. Oliver?
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to stand up if that's okay.
Please.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, League of Women Voters, for hosting this event. It's a great forum for us to get closer to the voters. And I'll use 2 minutes to introduce myself for those of you who I haven't had a chance to meet yet. I'm a lifelong Morris County resident, born 31 years ago in the 1st Ward of Morristown at Morristown Memorial Hospital. I was raised in Roxbury Township, during which time I raised 3 guide dogs for the Seeing Eye Foundation, all of which were golden retrievers and all of whom passed through their advanced training. I was awarded a scholarship to attend college from the Seeing Eye Foundation and graduated from Roxbury High School in 2006, prior to leaving Fraternity College in Hartford, Connecticut. In 2013, I returned from college with a passion for public service, holding a bachelor's degree in political science, a master's degree in public policy, and professional experience as staff assistant for United States Senator Joseph I. Lieberman. I'm quite proud to still be associated with a federal politician who's lauded for his strong, independent voice and for his consistent ability to work across competing schools of thought, all to deliver the best product for the constituency. In 2014, without a roadmap to political careers in New Jersey, I began interning with the MCDC, where I developed my community organizing skills and served as president of the Morris County Young Democrats. These invaluable experiences have fueled my aspiration for public service, and I've been working towards this opportunity ever since.
Thank you. There is another, Sandi Meyer is also running for office. She unfortunately is not able to be here tonight, so I will read her opening statement for her. Dear residents of the 4th Ward, I am sorry I'm unable to participate in tonight's debate for the 4th Ward Council seat. I'm out of the country on a once-in-a-lifetime trip that was planned years ago, and I was unable to reschedule. I am running for 4th Ward Council to represent all the residents of the ward. I would like to participate in effecting positive change in Morristown and maintaining the beauty and vibrancy of our town. As a shade tree commissioner, I was instrumental in having 3 trees planted in Lighterwood Park this fall. We are also supporting the Friends of Foots Pond Wood in their efforts to remove invasive species from the park. This group effort by our citizens in the neighborhood is the type of project I will support and encourage. For me, it is the quality of life issues that matter. Maintaining our tree canopy, protecting green spaces, and keeping Morristown safe. This past spring, I attended my first Moms Demand Action meeting. What an inspiring group of women. This group is not about taking anyone's right to own a gun, but about working to end gun violence. It's hard to understand why anyone wouldn't want to end gun violence. I have lived in Morristown for over 28 years and have been an active member of my community, Parsons Village. I am a past board member and chaired our emissions, maintenance, pet, and pool committees, as well as a member of our gardens and grounds committee. I enjoy being involved, but really enjoy getting results to improve the quality of life for the residents of Parsons Village. Working together an end goal and seeing the benefits it brings to others brings me great satisfaction, and I feel I can take that work ethic to the Morristown Council and the residents forward. I love living in Morristown and enjoying being part of maintaining its beauty. I apologize for not being with you tonight. Thank you.
Morristown.